Hello friends, welcome to my channel Essentials of Management. We are continuing with the series Industrial Safety Management. Today we are going to have discourse 12, which is part 3 of 5 parts of 5 steps in implementation of safety management system. Today we are going to look into step 2, that is building safety organization. Now we have already discussed about this slide. Here we are highlighting the second step, that is organization. So in this discourse we will see how the organization is developed and how controls, competence, cooperation and communication is created in the organization. First, we will try to brush up about the basics of organization. That is, we will try to remember about some things of organization. So, organizations are essentially made up of people with common goals. So, it is made up of people, it is not made up of machine or non-living things or even animals. It is made up of human being. And that too they must have certain common goals. Then there should be minimum 2 number, maximum there is no limit, because you have seen many organizations there are lakhs of members or the followers. Now organization connotes as a structure as well as a process. So as a verb it is organizing, and what is created out of the organizing is organization. In the process of organizing you create organization. So it is a verb as well as it is a noun. It is a process of identifying and grouping of work to be performed. So you decide certain goals and objective, accordingly you create the policy, then accordingly you create the action plans to achieve those plans. So here as an organization what we do is that we group the work to perform. So for example, the financial work, the operations work, the human resource development work and so on. Defining and delegating responsibility and authority. This is essential part of any organization structure, that there are different positions, there are different levels, and every position at every level has got a certain responsibilities and been given the matching authority. It is establishing a pattern of relationships for the purpose of enabling people to work most effectively together in accomplishing objectives. So you have seen different forms of the organization or the structures of the organization. You will essentially see there are different levels: top level, middle level, lower level. Then there are means superior and subordinate. There are peers at your own level, and there is a relationship pattern in supervisor and the supervised among the equals, and through this pattern developed you can effectively accomplish your work and your objectives. Thus an organization structure is evolved through the process of organizing. Now we will talk about safety organization. It is essential that an effective management structure and arrangements are in place for delivering the OH&S policy. So if you want to deliver on your policy, deliver on your goals and objectives, an organization is a must. Without organization, without people, you can't do anything. If any work is to be done effectively, if it is to be managed effectively, then management structure is essential. All staff is motivated and empowered to work safely and to protect their long-term health, not simply to avoid accident. So if you have position, if you have a structure, a organization structure, but if the staff is not motivated, if they are not given proper authorities or empowered, how they can work? and how they can work safely and protect themselves for long-term health, and their aim is not only to avoid accidents, to avoid injury, but they are supposed to protect their health also. So the arrangements comprise of effective staff involvement and participation. Unless there is involvement and participation, nothing can be done. Effective communication and promotion of competence. So there has to be communication at all levels, from top down to the horizontal level, and there must be promotion of competence at every position. A shared common understanding of organization, vision, value and belief. Everybody must be motivated, everybody must work towards the vision, values and belief of the organization. A positive health and safety culture which is fostered by the visible and active leadership of senior managers. There has to be safety culture inculcated in the organization, and that should be visible. It will be visible when your leadership will take active part. The policy sets the direction. We have discussed about the policy. So policy sets the direction for health and safety, but organization need to create a robust framework for management activity. So again, that you decide anything, but if there is no organizational structure, you can't do anything, and a structure must be robust, appropriate for the goals and objectives or the plans you are making to achieve safety goals. It details the responsibilities and relationships which deliver improved performance. We have discussed about responsibilities, the relationships, and unless otherwise the responsibilities are given and relationships are developed, you cannot improve your performance. Safety organization is a defined, planned and organized setup whose purpose is to enlist the combined efforts of all the work of accidents and loss prevention. So it is a planned and organized setup. The overall objective of safety organization is to implement accident prevention and complete loss prevention program. So both, you are not only there to prevent the accident, but you are supposed to prevent the loss which may be incurred due to the accident. So your target is both loss prevention as well as the life and limb. It is to improve the safety performance of the organization and to create safety and health work condition for the workers or employees. So what is the goal or motto of the safety organization? That first, to create safety and healthy work conditions, and secondly, to keep on improving the safety performance of the organization. Now we talked about creating the organization, we talked about what should be the competence, what should be the relationship, what should be the structure, what should be the authorities and responsibilities. So we discussed structure wise. Now we will discuss something about culture. So if a culture is to be developed, and through culture how we can create 4 C's, that is control, competence, consultation or involvement and communication. So there has to be controls, there has to be competence, there has to be consultation and involvement of the people, and there has to be healthy, transparent communication among all the people, among all the levels. For health and safety policy to be effective, all staff need to be trained, involved and committed. Very essential. So we will talk of controls. So remember, a large part of your role is supervision. When you work as a manager, even at a lower level or upper level, your role is supervision, which in itself is a control measure which should never be underestimated. So whenever you supervise, that means you are controlling. So you must lead by example, demonstrate your commitment and provide clear direction to all your staff. Clear. Ensure your managers and employees understand their responsibilities and what they must do and how they will be held accountable. So everybody must know what he is supposed to do, what are his responsibility and how we are going to fulfill those responsibilities, and they must know that they will be held accountable for whatever job is given to them. The responsibilities of senior managers, operation managers, team managers and their equivalents are detailed in the next discourse. We will talk about it in next discourse. Now ensure you and your managers have appropriate objectives and targets for improving environment, health and safety performance as an integral part of your personal appraisal and development process. So not only the jobs are assigned, the responsibilities are assigned, but whenever there is a performance appraisal of every individual, even managers, then whatever the safety objectives and targets are given to you, so that will be the part of that appraisal. And if you are fine short of something, then the appropriate trainings will be added to your personal development program, that is PDP. Use high performance behaviors with occupational health and safety in mind. So always have in your mind that you are supposed to perform better, and your behaviors must be according to that. Ensure you have the organization and arrangements in place to complete and maintain risk assessment appropriate to the hazards and risk in your area. So when we discussed about the hazard assessment and the risk assessment, then we have discussed all these things at that time. Your process for identifying hazards and assessing risk should follow a systematic approach. Competence. So you have to create competence in your people about safety and health. Provide the resources to ensure all managers and staff, including temporary staff, are adequately informed, instructed and trained. So there should be a matrix of the training programs. There should be literature available for the people to read it, to understand it. There should be propaganda, there should be bulletins published, so that people will know more and more about safety and health, and they will increase their competence about safety and health. So you must identify the appropriate OH and S training for all individuals. Create a training matrix and include it in that individual's personal development program. We discussed it. The identification of responsibilities and competencies. So always responsibilities must match with your competencies, or your competencies must match the responsibilities. So identification of responsibilities and competencies is a key step in successful OH and S management, and the strategy for training should be developed by the operations manager through her general risk assessment. So whatever his experience is, whatever the risk assessment he has done, so matching competence must be created in your staff, and so there should be matching training programs, and you should get assistance from your OH and S advisor to create such training program. All requirements for OH and S training should be coordinated by human resource department. So HR department must be completely involved in the training as far as the safety programs or safety training programs are concerned. So there must be consultation among the people all the time. There has to be involvement, but at the same time there has to be healthy consultation. So you must consult your staff and their safety representatives when carrying out investigation and workplace inspections, when you are introducing new products and processes, making any other change of significance. Involve them in planning and reviewing performance, writing procedures and solving problems. And friends, they must be essentially involved when you are investigating any accident which happens on your site. Communication. So there has to be healthy and transparent communication. So you must make OH and S a routine item in your meetings and team briefing. Every day, morning, evening, there has to be short meetings in which you discuss about whatever the day-to-day performance as far as the safety is concerned. Provide information about hazards and risks and preventive or control measures. In these meetings, you can discuss all these things. Ensure OH and S matters are routinely discussed at each level in your product stream and department. Provide an OH and S notice bulletin board in a prominent position. So on that bulletin, you can discuss about the news which is there about the safety. Somewhere something is happening, some new development or some new invention is there, so that should be displayed. Your accident investigations, or if some accident has taken place on some other site of your organization, what has happened, what those people have done. So all these things must be displayed on the bulletin board. Remember, communication is two-way street. Listen to the views of your staff. So through healthy communication, open communication, we can learn a lot of things. So friends, in this discourse we have seen what is organization, what is safety organization, what is the purpose and of the organization, what should be the goals and objectives, how the structure should be created, how the responsibilities and authorities must be assigned, how a safety culture is to be created, and how there has to be the control, competence, cooperation and communication in the organization. So thank you for watching. Resume viewing. So switch on to discourse 13, where we will discuss about the responsibilities and accountabilities of the people in the organization as far as safety is concerned. So friends, thank you very much again. Please do not forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.